Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of my YouTube channel, Data Science with Sam. In my previous video, I gave a little bit of description about machine learning. Machine learning is nothing but a technique that enables computer to train and learn by itself without being explicitly programmed on. There are three different types of machine learning techniques that are available right now. One is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Let's dive down into the details of these three learning techniques. Supervised learning is an ML technique where we deal with the labeled input data and known output parameters. The reason it's supervised because we do know about the output parameters beforehand. We suppose if you're doing a forecast analysis, we do know about that. We are actually doing a forecasting of a profit or sales margin of a certain company. Traditional supervised learning categorized into two different types. One is regression, another one is classification. Forecast analysis is one of the regression techniques where we try to predict profit or sales margin of a certain company. Similar to that, a housing price prediction or recent COVID fatality prediction will also be considered as regression technique. For regression technique, we usually deal with continuous discrete data, where our output is nothing but numerical variable. But as far as classification learning technique concerned, our output may be considered as a categorical variable. For instance, if you deal with email spam detection, your output would be either the email is spam or non-spam. Similarly, we use classification technique for fraud detection, for image classification, and for medical diagnostic. Let's move on to the unsupervised learning part. Unlike supervised learning, this particular learning technique does not have any input label data provided, and it does not have any expectation for a right or wrong answer. So in that case, computer has to decide how it can classify and determine the right or wrong output. There are two different types of unsupervised learnings are available in the market. One is dimensionality reduction, another one is clustering. For dimensionality reduction, it's kind of a technique to transform the high dimensional space to low dimensional space. Think about it in such a way that when you are dealing with the big data, there are a lot of thousands of columns could be available in a particular data set. How to determine that which particular column and feature would be beneficial for your prediction purpose? So in that case, we use a technique called dimensionality reduction, and it's very popular in the unsupervised learning space. Moving on to the next clustering technique, which is also part of unsupervised learning space, where what we do, we perform cluster analysis on unlabeled input data and cluster some of the data in such a way that we create different categories within the input data set. A few popular examples of dimensionality reductions are face recognition, big data visualization, text mining, or structural discovery. Similarly, in few areas, we use clustering techniques such as customer segmentation, targeted marketing, book or movie recommender system, or even predicting the DNA sequence. The idea of reinforcement learning has been booming in the last few years. Because of its dynamic nature, the framework of reinforcement learning has been based similarly upon supervised learning model, but it uses a hidden neural network, such as some deep learning techniques, to dynamically predict everything in real time. Due to reinforcement learning prediction power in dynamic environment, this particular learning technique has been very useful to build real-life applications such as robotics, gaming AI, any such simulation model, or any such random data processing. For that, we need faster processing time and maximum throughput in a real production environment. Let's take a quick look at these three different learning techniques which you learned today. That's all for today. Hope you like my video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. In my next video, I'll talk about linear regression, one of the very interesting aspects of supervised learning. And I will also dive into some of the programming example of regression technique using R and Python. So stay tuned. Till then, goodbye.